How you guys doing? It's 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com. And yesterday, we're coming off of a okay day, for the most part, from what you guys could tell. We had an okay day yesterday. I'd like to call it a good day for me. We had an okay day since we went about 7 and 10 on all our picks. Started with a WNBA. I gave you guys the under in the WNBA game, under 175. That went under. Moving on to the NHL, let's just pull up these numbers from yesterday. I gave you guys the Detroit and Montreal game under 6.0. That did not happen. I gave you Anaheim versus Pittsburgh under 5.5. That covered. Gave you the St. Louis Blues to cover the minus 1.5. And boy, what a game that was. We were almost going to lose that game. But then St. Louis, the champs, the reigning defending champs, came through in the third period and scored 4 goals to secure that 1.5, which covered. We had the Washington Capitals and the Nashville Predators under 6.5. That did not happen for us. We had Minnesota not to score 3 goals on the Winnipeg Jets. That covered, although it was a little bit in dangerous territory for a while, but it was never really in question. We had the Calgary Flames money line, and I told you guys there was no real reason that they were underdogs, but obviously there's still some holes in their game that they're gonna need to figure out. They're not a sure pick, but there wasn't any real reason outside of maybe some chemistry issues and stuff like that, bonding time, if you want to call it that, that these guys were dealing with. I had gave you Boston money line and that did not cover, and I gave you the 2 late night picks, which you could have parlayed if you so choose. I decided to go with that. I went with Arizona Predators to cover, and not to cover, but the money line, and I gave you the under in that game, so the underdog and the under. And if you guys follow that 7 plays that we hit out of 10, if you made the right parlays, you won. If you did all singles, you're a happy person today. But we're gonna move on to other things today. We got a short slate of NHL games, and it's Friday. TGIF. I'm not trying to take too much of your time. You guys could go and enjoy your suppers or whatever it is you want to do. Take your girl out, maybe spend some time with the kids, with the family. It's Thanksgiving weekend over here in Canada, so I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. We'll get right into this. There's some hockey. There's a baseball game. I'm not gonna touch the baseball game intrinsically, but I will break down this NHL. So we got the Panthers versus the Sabres, where we got Bobrovsky at net for the Panthers and Allmark at net for the Sabres. These teams are 1-2-0, 3-0 for 3-0 and 1 overtime loss for the Sabres. Panthers are actually 8-1 versus the Sabres. Interesting stat, and the game went over in 5 of their last 6. But in this situation, the Sabres are actually the hotter team. Last time they played, they lost in overtime fashion to the Columbus Blue Jackets, who were itching for a victory. In this game, I like the Sabres here. They're underdogs. And I like the Sabres here. History will tell us that the Panthers should win this game, but I like the Sabres here. A better pick, in my opinion, would be to go with the over. So as an official play, I'm gonna give you the over in this game, and we'll see how that works out. So I don't think the Panthers do a very good job at protecting their goalie. I don't think Bobrovsky is that good of a goalie to begin with. Not hating, I'm just talking by NHL standards. I don't want anybody thinking that I could do better or anybody else could do better. Like I'm not in the hockey league, and obviously these guys are professionals. When I say he's not that good, I mean by NHL standards. So I feel like they don't do that good of a job. Obviously, from the top 9 guys on the Panthers team, all these guys could score. These guys they're a legit team, and I just don't see them protecting their goalie that well. So I think this game's gonna go over, and that's gonna be my first pick of the game. Moving on, we got Anaheim versus the Blue Jackets, where we got Ryan Miller making his first start for Anaheim versus Corpusalo at net for the Blue Jackets. Now, the Blue Jackets are actually 0-5 at the spread in their last 5 at home. Obviously, this is spanning from last season. Not that it matters too much, but they played 3 games this season. So at home, they're not doing that great. They're 0-5 at the spread. We got Anaheim, who's 3-1-0. The Blue Jackets, who are 1-2-0. I don't have a play in this game. I would lean Anaheim, but I don't actually have a play in this game. Um, why would I lean Anaheim? There's no real reason I would go with Anaheim other than the fact that They like on paper they're the better team with a 3-1-0 victory. Columbus obviously on a homestand, so they'd like to get their victories here. They'd like to do as much as they can and maybe get a better pickup from what they've been doing in the last few games. But I'm not sure that with Corpusalo that's going to be happening. I don't like either of these goalies in this situation. I'd rather not put my money on it. So with that said, I am not going to give a play in this game. Next, we got the Islanders versus the Hurricanes. Thomas Greiss at net for the Islanders, and Peter Mrazek at net. Always enjoy saying his name. No vowels in the first three letters of his first name and last name. Fun fact. So we got the Hurricanes, who are 4-0, who are having their best start in damn near a quarter century. So I hate to bet against history here. Now, I don't want to just say I'm betting on them because they're going for history or because they're doing all this other stuff and because they're the hotter team. All these are good reasons, but I don't think they're the right reasons. Islanders are an under team. Every game since the beginning of the season went under, at the exception of that Edmonton game. On the other hand, you have the Hurricanes, who have their best start in damn near a quarter century. They're 5-0 in their last few games against New York. They're an over team. Islanders are an under team from what we could see. And every game except for the Caps game went every game except for the Caps game went over for these guys in the Hurricanes. So I think I like the over in this game also. But regardless of which side I like the over. And I also like Peter Mrazek to hold it down tonight and get another victory for the Hurricanes at home. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I'll give you the Hurricanes to win and the Hurricanes over in this game. So I have two overs and one winner. So basically, going back forward, I give and just so we clear, I'd like to go ahead and maybe smash that like button. It's like not too far. Sometimes I'm noticing guys are watching and, maybe you guys don't like what you see. If you don't like what you see, by all means, you don't have to like, but I encourage you to like and share. It'll help for the YouTube algorithm to help show YouTube that you're actually enjoying videos like these. Doesn't have to be me, could be anybody else, but at least they'll show that you like videos like these and they'll keep them coming on your timeline if you enjoy having free picks, free winners. I mean, we're giving away free winners all the time. So anyways, going back to the real deal, I'd like you guys to smash that like button. So, going back to the real deal, we got the under. Sorry, no. We got the over in the Sabres and Panthers game. We got the over in the Islanders and Hurricane game. We got the Hurricanes to win again tonight. And we don't have a play in Anaheim and the Blue Jackets. Those plays will be posted on my Twitter. They will also, you can always go and check out the site. It's www.bookiebullies.com. You've been watching Breaking Down the Books. Before I go too far, there's this last game, which is St. Louis versus the Washington Capitals. So St. Louis Cardinals versus I'm saying the Washington Capitals. Getting my sports mixed up here. So we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Washington Nationals. Not Capitals, the Nationals. Now, we saw what the Nationals did to the Dodgers, taking 3 straight. Me, no stats aside, I would have to go with the Washington Nationals. I don't like this team. I don't like either of these teams. I couldn't care less about any of these teams. But just seeing what they did, how well these guys rallied around themselves, the coaches, how well the coaches adjusted throughout it all, I would just have to go with the Nationals here. And it doesn't get any more complicated than that. I could make it an official play, but I just lean You know what? I am making it an official play. I'm leaning Nationals, and I'm probably going to put it on my ticket later on today. Probably sprinkle a little change, just dabble a little change just in case. Because you guys all know my NFL record has not, my MLB record has not been hot. Not at all. So, with all that said, I'm giving you the Washington Nationals money line. I'm going to give you the Hurricanes money line, the over in the Hurricanes game, and the over in the Panthers versus the Sabres. You've been watching Breaking Down the Books. I'm 514 Mystic. You guys all go and have yourself a good day. Best of luck, and don't forget, you never bet what you can't afford to lose. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. We're not trying to race to get rich. You're not going to get rich off of this stuff overnight. There's a reason that There's always sports that you can bet on night after night. There's a reason that all these bookies are making money. There's a reason that Vegas is as rich as they are, and it's because most people want to just spend all their money on picks that they don't know about, or they just want to invest and hopefully get rich overnight. We're not going to become millionaires overnight. You got to use your money, invest wisely. Never bet what you can't afford to lose, because as you know, this is always a gamble. It's a chance thing. You try to put the odds in your favors by capping it, but it's a luck and chance thing. So you just got to take it, roll with the punches. We could win, and we try to go over 55%. And if we could go over 55%, we're gonna cap. We're gonna cash rather. We're gonna make money. But don't try to race yourself to the finish line. Don't try to see if you could speed past all the obstacles, because more often than not, you're gonna lose your money. So try to pace yourself. Bankroll management. Don't bet what you can't afford to lose, and everything should work out fine and dandy. If you've been following from the beginning, you're up right now. If you haven't been, I'm sorry to hear it, and hopefully you make the right decisions moving forward. So BOL, best of luck, and have yourselves a happy Thanksgiving. I will see you guys on Monday. Peace.